Hello and welcome to my flipped video which is based on business storytelling. In this particular video, what you will be learning is how exactly you can turn narratives into persuasive business communication. But before I come to that, have you ever thought about what is it about a particular CEO's speech that makes it go viral? What is it about certain executives' pitch that makes it fall flat on the face? Well, you've got it right. This is precisely what we'll be covering in this particular video. So moving on, if I talk about the contents of this flip video, first and foremost, I'll be telling you what exactly business storytelling is. Beyond that, why is it that stories work? I'll then be talking about the storytelling arc, a 5-step story framework which you should follow, a business example, in-class application, followed by what you have in terms of an assignment. So first up, if I ask you what is business storytelling, before I tell you, just think about what I just said in the beginning of the video, right? So if you are able to think a little bit on the lines, what you'll understand about a CEO's pitch going viral and an executive's pitch falling flat, it is the narrative. So when we are talking about business storytelling, what we are talking about is not just any narrative. It's an intentional narrative which has got two characteristics. The first one is that this narrative creates a meaning, and the second is it drives action. So once you have these two clubbed together, what you have is a powerful and very potent business story in hand. Moving ahead, why is it that stories work? Well, this is something, since you are Gen Z, you would be aware of that when we talk of stories, they have got, number one, emotion. And since they have got emotion, the very first thing that a narrator does is grab the attention. So first up, you have the attention, followed by emotion, memory, and action. So the human mind is actually wired for stories, right? So if you put this very simply, facts tell, but stories sell. So first up, whenever you want to go in for an intentional narrative, what you will be doing is starting with grabbing the attention of your audience. Beyond that, if we talk of the storytelling arc, it has got three simple steps. This is the particular structure and the framework you see. There is going to be a specific situation which you'll be talking about. That situation has to have what is termed as a struggle, and that struggle should eventually be overcome, and that is going to be a resounding success. So you have the three S's in tow out there: the situation, the struggle, and the success. If we talk of the 5-step story framework, what we are talking about is what I just mentioned earlier. You hook the attention of your speakers. So when we meet in class, there are particular hooking techniques, I'll tell you. One of the examples is you begin with an anecdote. You could begin with a rhetoric. You could begin with a fun fact. Once you do that, you set the context or the base, which means you tell the audience exactly what the situation is. You talk about the conflict, you move on to the resolution, and towards the end, you discuss what is termed as the moral of the story. That is, what is it that the audience gathers out of this entire business storytelling? So if I give you a business example, I would give you a very recent one because examples, remember, have to be contemporary. So this is it out there. This is a very apt Indian business story. It was the Titans Wear Your Story campaign in the year 2025. This was launched in December. If you look at the two figures out there, you have got Vikrant Messi and you have got PV Sindhu. So over here, the tagline for this business story was "Wear Your Story." It was not about product selling. What Titan did was it moved from product selling to meaning selling. So the two characters that you see out there in this particular story, everyone can relate with them. So the idea, of course, is whatever your personal achievements, whatever your milestones, if you're proud of them, you will be wearing your story in the form of the Titan watch. So this was one campaign which was a huge success, and it goes on to talk about, of course, initially we are talking about the struggle it was placing about how we can have or enhance the Titan brand further. The situation, the context was set. The audience was us, common people. We all have got struggles in our life. We all have certain milestones which we have achieved, and eventually we all are the heroes or the heroines of our own story. So we wear our story with pride, right? So moving ahead, if you are working in an organization and say there's a launch of a particular product, now imagine that the product has been launched and it did not do well. So there is confusion related to it. What needs to be built is clarity. Exactly how is it that you'll be placing that product, and how is it that you can grow the sales of a particular company or an organization. So if we talk about in-class application, just think about the story of Titan, which I shared with you. There are three things which you'll be doing in your storyline. You'll be developing a simulation, you'll be demonstrating it, and you'll be getting in-class faculty and peer feedback. What I want you to do for this assignment is you're going to be drafting a short business story using the 5-step technique which I taught you. That is the framework you'll be following, and you'll bring it prepared for presentation and feedback. Now, over here, the thing is, this business story could be real or it could be fictional. Whatever the case is, you're going to be using the 5-step framework. So step on it, and I'll see you in class. Thank you so much.